I just cannot even find what I'm looking for. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's just I keep looking at the calendar thinking that there's just no possible way days are moving this fast.
I know, I know. How's the weather in Ohio? Is it cold?
It is in the mornings and at night. I'm very fortunate. Yesterday was the first day in a week I didn't have to wear a sweater during the day. But in the morning, it's like, I don't know, how does the weather do this? It's like beautiful 72, 74, which I can tolerate. It's so funny. I can tolerate 74. But it gets down to the 40s at night and in the morning. And it's just like, there was frost on the ground Wednesday morning. It was 37. It's like, come on, it's May.
That's funny. Well, I pulled out my Christmas present from you this morning. I think this is about the way we both feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't do anything. It's so great when you go home because you go to the favorite restaurants and your favorite hunts. So my dad and I took a trip around Akron and Cuyahoga Falls and all the places that we've lived and the things that were sentimental to us, places that meant something to us, and had lunch at our favorite little root beer stand that's been around for, 80 years or something. I don't know. It's the same place, third owner, and it still is the same experience. So it was really an enjoyable Sunday afternoon.
Wow, that's
But
nice.
you were in Utah, I understand, and you were doing something really exciting. I'm really excited to hear about it.
Yeah, I was invited to be a mentor for Patriot Boot Camp. Patriot Boot Camp was founded by Taylor. He's a veteran, and his mother Sherry helped him run that for a long time. And then DAV, Disabled American Veterans, just acquired it. And it's quite interesting because it's very much outside of their normal scope, in taking care of our veterans. But um, uh, Dan, who's the chief of communications, said that they really wanted to find a way to help veterans be empowered, successfully after service in a very different way. So they thought that helping them with their businesses was a good way to do that. Of course, we agree.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. I mean, it was really exciting. The companies, just like in Action Zone, they varied. They are interesting and exciting. I saw many relationships between those companies and some of our Action Zone companies that will be very good collaborative partners. So I will be making those introductions. Like there's a flight school, so of course I'll be connecting them with David,
Uh-huh.
with Aviation Kids, and with Walter with his flight school. And then mental health, so I want to connect them with Carlos to give his experience, any words of wisdom in building. I think his name was Matthew, his mental health. I mean, there's just so many. 1350 Distillery. So I'll see if Scotty Neal over at Horse Soldiers got time to share some words of wisdom for that distillery. Yeah, it's just really, really exciting. It was very, from what I understand, pre-2020, much like Action Zone, their cohorts were up towards 50 people. So this one, I think there was maybe 20 companies, but I really appreciated, again, much like Action Zone, the intimate group.
Right.
And the other mentors were just absolutely amazing and generous. And, it's not, we have to pay our own way to get there, pay your own flight. So the fact that so many mentors are willing to dig into their own wallets to go over there, go over there, but go there to work on helping build those businesses was just really cool. And the keynote speaker was Chef Robert Irvine. I don't know if anybody knows him from.
Yep.
Yeah. He gave us all a fine book. He was in the Royal Navy as a cook. And now he owns 11 companies, all under his, umbrella of Chef Irvine, the mean chef that comes in. And he's just exactly like you see him on TV. He's very direct and straightforward. But at the same time, he's extremely humble and just generous with his knowledge and his perspective on your business. So yeah,
Very
I was
cool.
very, very, it was just really cool. And then David Reed, who's the CEO of Terra Arma, was in my PinFed
Oh,
incubator cohort. And I had no idea that for 10 years, he's been the CEO of Robert Irvine Foundation.
wow.
Yeah, he said he kind of kept it under wraps because, he just wanted to be very focused on Terra Arma when they were in the incubator. So, yeah, so it was nice to reconnect with him and hear of all the amazing things that they're doing with the foundation.
Right. So tell me about Patriot Boot Camp. Is this a one-time event that they get this, or is it an ongoing program? You mentioned cohort, so I imagine that there's more components to it than just this. Tell us about that.
So they are still trying to figure out their new look, I guess we can say. But it is you have to apply. Veteran and military spouses are welcome to apply. And it is 2.5 days of just tons of entrepreneurial goodness. You get a bunch of information, speakers come and, they talk about marketing, product market fit, business development. Then you get one-on-one mentoring sessions. They provide you the bios of all the mentors, and you select which mentors you want to sign up with.
Mhm.
So I think that in itself was probably the most powerful part of the entire program, in my opinion, just because of the caliber of the mentors that were there. And all different backgrounds, all different types of businesses. So if the cohort member played their cards right, if you will, they would be able to get, I think it was up to 8 or 10 mentoring sessions you can get, sign up for 30 minutes. So
Oh,
um,
nice.
yeah, and you can apply more than once. Again, very much like Action Zone, there's no guarantee that you'll get back in, a second or third
Mhm.
time that you. Well, again, they're still trying to, figure out their new look, but from what I understand, you can apply multiple times. And pre-2020, it was, and part of the reason I never got really involved with Patriot Boot Camp because I thought it was for all tech companies, but it's not. I don't know if you ever watched Shark Tank where Major Mom was on there.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, she's an Air Force Major, Angela Cody. I can't remember the second name of her last name, but she went on Shark Tank with an organizing company. She is a Patriot Boot Camp company and now mentor. So that was cool. But we had so many parallels with companies in Action Zone, a wood making company, which of course I'll be connecting with Mike. Like I said, the
Right.
aviation, the mental health, AI, VR companies. One really cool was an app that was him and his wife developed to help referees and officials get scheduled. I had no idea because I don't have no children but they have a hard time with officials not showing up or being booked for youth athletes or athletic games, baseball, basketball, whatever, volleyball. And so this is kind of like the Uber of scheduling refs.
Wow.
So
I always love hearing the ideas people come up with because they've encountered something in their life, or encountered someone in their life who's experienced some type of a problem and they figure out the solution. I always love hearing those stories.
yeah, and so like he was like, I just had a game where I had to coach my team and ref the game because we didn't have a ref show up.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's just so fascinating. There, what some of the other ones? I was just, oh, there's one girl. She's in Jacksonville. She's getting ready to move here to Tampa. I can't wait to get her plugged in. But she's a pharmacist. Developed a pharmacy, like training program, which is far cheaper than what anything that they'd had available or access to in the past. So, and that company came about because one of her fellow pharmacist students failed the test and lost his internship, lost his job that he had lined up. So the class got together, created all of these training study manuals or whatever sheets, and she turned it into a business.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I can go on and on and on because I geek out on this stuff, but
Yeah, we both do. We
yeah.
both do.
But I do
I
know
fall
for
down a
sure
rabbit hole on the internet when I get a story about, and it happened just this morning, a story about somebody who turned their personal challenge and how to overcome it into a business. And this young lady went from 0 to $1 million in sales in 3 years. And it's just crazy when people, I agree with you. I just keep reading and reading and reading.
Yeah. This one guy, he was just super fascinating to me, but he went into the Navy to, escape life on the streets. Then when he got out of the Navy, he became a nurse. And now he has started a vocational school. And I loved his tagline, to help you go from minimum wage to a livable wage, by getting certified in various medical
Wow.
fields, CRNA or CNA, a phlebotomist, and a whole host of things. So yeah, it was just so amazing and gratifying. And the next cohort is going to be in October. So if anybody is interested in applying, let me know, and I will tell you if I think you're ready for it, if you're a good fit. And I will say that if you've not taken Action Zone before applying, I encourage you to go through Action Zone cohort before applying, because it will make your experience much more rich, because you are I don't want to say left behind, but you will be on par with the curriculum or the information that's being shared.
Mm-hmm.
You won't have to be like asking questions and that you should probably already know by the time you get there.
Good advice. Good advice. It's, everybody who knows me knows I'm a lifelong learner, and I think that we're never too old, and life is never passed too far beyond us to continue learning something. And yet sometimes we have to recognize that the thing we want to ultimately learn needs to come after these other things that we need to be able to appreciate that. I think a testament to that is the number of 50-year-olds that finish their college degree. When they were 18, they didn't really, the party college was really the priority, but it's really important that we point that out, because sometimes jumping into the deep end is just going to leave you, struggling. And so you might as well start at the beginning. One of my favorite songs from The Sound of Music, right?
Speaking of lifelong learner, are you finished with your economic development certification?
No, that's going to take some time, because I have a study that I have to do for the next year. And so I'm still forming what I'm doing with that. But I absolutely love the courses that the International Economic Development course offers. They're very intense since they're online, and they're usually 6 or 7 hours a day for 2 or 3 days. But it's fascinating to me to see different components of economic development and how organizations like Action Zone as an ESO contribute to all of that. And, it's not just the county economic developers that are out there, pumping their city to bring industry in so that the community can thrive, because every community needs some type of industry that either supports other industries in the community or supports the people in the community. But to see how our entrepreneur support organization with Action Zone fits into that puzzle influences how I look at what curriculum we offer and what extracurricular activities we offer, like workshops or panels or things like that. It's really opened my eyes to how to make Action Zone better equipped to help the veterans and military spouses that come through Action Zone for whatever. Sometimes people come to us and they take a class, and then of course they're part of the family and they're forever part of the family, and we see them. I just got an email this weekend from someone that was in our program a year and a half ago, and he has continued building his business, and now he's coming back and says, okay, I really need some guidance here, but also how to if they don't go through a program, how we can connect them, as you did, as you recognized in Provo with the DAB's Patriot Boot Camp. So it's just really fascinating. You always think nothing more can go in here, right? It's already full. The file cabinets have papers flying out of them when you open the drawers, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And I've got, I'm working my way up to that doctorate program for curriculum development. That's I can't start until next year if I get in. So I'm working on different, like the certification for the entrepreneur development professional, but I'm also working on a master entrepreneur program that'll get me a certification in that too. So, and every time I learn something new, I learn something fascinating. So
you're amazing. I mean, I like to learn too, but in a much different way. My learning is more unstructured, where you are very good at the structured curriculum learning. And
I want to tap into what other people have already discovered and figure out how it applies. I don't want to create, this is why the PhD program was of no interest to me whatsoever. I don't want to create new knowledge. Somebody already has done that more difficult work. I want to see what's out there and figure out how it applies to make the best experience and the most successful experience for the entrepreneurs we serve. And that's not just the Entrepreneurs in Action Zone, because, I do some mentoring for AARP and for, just casually having met people and do some one-on-one. I want to know what is the best way to be successful, both for my efficiency and for their success. So it is just what it is. I was joking with somebody that I can retire in 3 years, and they laughed. Yeah, I get that. I probably won't. Because if I get into the doctorate program, I'll be 66 when I get my degree.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Never stop setting goals and working towards them.
No, but I think this is why our partnership in Action Zone, and I don't mean partnership in the legal sense, but the collaboration that you and I have in Action Zone, as in everything that we do, is because we are so different, and because we not only gather knowledge and resources differently, but then we apply them differently. But it's so great that I have somebody in the company that I can talk to about the things that I'm finding, and then you can talk to me about the people you're finding, and we figure out how to put it all together. A match made in heaven. I have to just share you with Jeremy once in a while.
Oh, funny. Good morning, Sarah. Sarah Lee is said good morning to us today. Oh, I had a thought before I said good morning to Sarah. It's a fleeing thought.
It'll come back to you later in the day. I'll get a text. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how many texts I get on Monday after our conversation in the zone.
We should have talked about it. And you would think that my brain would be a little clearer, because I already took Dan for a run this morning. He's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, he does. How's he doing since he came back from his training? Is he settling into your life?
Yeah, he's still puppy, he still has puppy behavior, but we can manage him now.
Oh.
Yeah, boot camp was so worth it. And him and Kane are slowly bonding, Kane, it will still growl at him every once in a while, but that's okay. That's all good. Hey, all of my herbs are starting to bloom.
I
don't know, grow.
I am so excited for you. For those of you that don't know, I've had an AeroGarden for about a year or so, and I've been growing all kinds of vegetables and herbs. And I talked Valerie into, I don't think I had to talk you into it. You kept getting pictures of what my plants look like. And finally you said, I got to do that. And she finally grew some. So what are you planting?
Well, I didn't even really think about this, but I got 2 of them. And each one came with herbs, right? And so I put all the herbs in, and then I was like, shouldn't have done that. Now I'm going to have double of everything. I can't use all of this. So some of my friends and family will be getting some plants as soon as they're mature enough for me to replant. But I've got, they have 3 types of basils, the
Ooh,
regular basil, Thai basil, or maybe those are the only 2. Cilantro,
yeah. Greg
dill,
Kempa and I are like, don't grow that shit.
cilantro. Oh yeah, I love cilantro. And the only one that hasn't started growing yet is the thyme. So
Yeah, well,
hopefully
who
that
has the
one.
time for that?
I know. So hopefully that will grow soon, but I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I've had 2 really interesting, and I'll have to text you pictures of it, or yeah, text you pictures of it. I've been taking leeks and putting them after I, cut the base off, plant them. And I can't tell you how many leeks I've had, but I finally had one flower, which I had never seen before, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I'll send you a picture. But I have had such great success with bok choy, and oh my God, it's so. And I start them in the AeroGarden, and then I transplant them. I didn't even know that it flowered, but it did, and it is stunning flower. So I'm so collecting the seeds to grow new ones, and yeah, I hate being so far away and not being able to see all this. But Alex sends me pictures of what's growing and what's blooming and what he's
Nice.
eating. He's got to cultivate all of the bok choy this week and eat it, so it'll be gone by the time I get back home. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We had a couple of people come through Action Zone, a couple of veterans come through Action Zone that are arborists or in the ag program that Veterans Florida has. And every once in a while, I think I really need to write to email so-and-so so I can get some advice about what to do with this.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't bother them. I go to YouTube and go to YouTube University, and read up on what has to do with this. And then I work with Haley Chapman at Bunker Labs, and she's got a green thumb, and she and I share pictures and advice all the time.
Oh, I miss
So I'll pass that
Haley.
along. If you have any gardening problems, I'll hook you up with Haley, because she's like the know-it-all. She has such good knowledge about it, and I just enjoy talking to her about planting.
Oh, that's nice. Speaking of Bunker Labs, don't you guys have the showcase coming up soon?
Yes, and in fact, in Tampa, I want to say that it is, I will tell you right now when it is, because if you're in Tampa and you want to connect with the veteran entrepreneurship community and all of their supporters, it is a great opportunity, because the showcase is where all of
Thursday the 25th.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, because I unfortunately I'm at Leadership Tampa Bay, so I will not be able to participate.
Yeah, I'll put the link into that. There's 2 things coming up. This one this week, Bunker Labs Showcase. Showcase is an opportunity for all of the people that have been through the Veterans in Residence program at Bunker Labs to the outgoing cohort and the incoming cohort are, the changing of the guards, but also to celebrate the wins of the people who are in the program and introduce the new businesses that are coming in. It's a great program, and Mike Zanetti and Aaron Caldwell, 2 of our buddies that are ambassadors in Tampa, do a great job of promoting and supporting the businesses in their cohort. They're both so knowledgeable and they're so patient. I don't know.
Yeah.
We
I take
understand
full
how
credit in placing both of them as ambassadors.
Yes, I know you do. I know you do. And
I
Don
knew
Freed
they'd
is
be
in there too.
amazing.
He's kind of the connector, and Don's a buddy of ours too. So
Yeah.
I'd say I'll put the link to it. You can register. It's going to be at WeWork in downtown Tampa on the 25th, and you'll get to meet a lot of interesting people and make some new connections for your business. And then on June 9th and 10th, I'll put the link in for the Veterans Florida Expo, which generally has been, not for the last 5 years has it been in Tampa. It's but now it's coming back to Tampa, and that's 2 days of really great resources from across the state, as well as some national resources that show up, and to see a pitch competition from the people who've been through the programs that Veterans Florida supports, Action Zone being one of them, and 4 other network partners that do the kind of programs that we deliver. And just good connections and resources. It's always a great opportunity to connect. We have met some people from across the state at these expos that have great ideas, business ideas, and working with them as they build that has been really exciting. So yeah, I'll put the links to both in there.
Yeah, there's so many things going on to help the veterans and military spouses with their business. You know, in Florida alone, I saw Strive has a cohort going on right now, Veterans Florida, Bunker Labs, VWise, the IVMF. I got it. I don't know if I'm social media or email, but their women's program is accepting applications right now, and that's going to be in Jacksonville, I believe. Just so many amazing things.
Well, that's a great segue into the new initiative that we're working on at Action Zone. Beginning in June, we're going to start doing virtual workshops twice a week. And they'll be on, it will repeat. So if you miss a topic like in June, it'll be repeated in July. What we found is that there are so many activities going on in and around the area that it is impossible to attend them all. You know, the last 3 workshops that we've held have been on the same date as 47 other activities that make it difficult to access those resources. So we're launching a series of virtual workshops that will start in June that you can just see from your own, wherever you're at. If you're sitting in a Panera or a Starbucks, or if you're at home, and they'll be in the evenings. So it's, you know, doesn't conflict with other things you've got going on during the day. As we finalize those dates and topics, we'll post them on Action Zone's Facebook page. We'll also send it out to everybody that's subscribed to the website. So if you haven't subscribed to the website, now is a good time to do that. Because we think this is a good way to reach the people who have been challenged to find these resources or access. They find them, they just don't have the bandwidth to access them. So we're going to bring that to your to computers near you.
Yeah, and you know, of course, the ECC has a zillion classes and workshops for supporting entrepreneurs. And as a matter of fact, is our resource class been rescheduled?
Yes, because I'll be here instead of there. Did she not take? I don't know. I think she took it off. We'll have to check to make sure.
No, yes, it was, we postponed it, but did we have a date yet? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, we do have a date for our next Entrepreneur Spotlight, which I'm very excited about. I'm looking to double check the date here. Let me look at my calendar. Don't see it on the ECC calendar. It's going to be Wednesday, June 14th.
That's a really exciting one. I can't wait for that. Tell them about it.
Yeah, so our Entrepreneur Spotlight is going to be Daryl Height, from all the things that he does.
I was going to say, pick one.
I know all the things that he does. Schweitzer Heights Group, universities for young entrepreneurs. He's got Pioneer Entrepreneur Magazine and Entrepreneur Speaks. And it just so happens that June 14th is the 1-year anniversary of Entrepreneurs Speak. And I was honored that he had asked me to originally be the MC of that event when it first launched. And it just became, well, at the beginning, it was on Saturdays, and it conflicted with Action Zone's classes. So I had to step back from that. And now it's on Wednesday nights. So that works out. But anyway, he is in it full time, and I think he MCs it himself. And so really excited. The agenda is going to be a little different. We will do our Entrepreneur Spotlight conversation fireside chat with Daryl, and then normally we have 3 entrepreneurs during the Entrepreneur Speak program, so we'll just have 2. So not only we be able to hear Daryl's journey, and learn the ups and downs of, all of the things that he's done. And then we'll get to hear the stories of two entrepreneurs. So very
That's so
excited. It's going to be at
awesome.
the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center.
We're still seeing the stories of three entrepreneurs. Just the first one is our interview of them.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, pretty excited about that. He is doing so many amazing things in the community here in Tampa Bay, as well as for our, military entrepreneurs.
He is just a ball of energy.
Oh my goodness.
Just a
He-
ball of energy.
I know he outruns me, and my nickname Energizer Bunny. He's just like on extra double D batteries.
Yeah, he is. And just every time I see him, it's like you're seeing an old friend for the first time in years. He's just so enthusiastic to see people, and he just loves his community and has done so much for that. And he just inspires you to be better.
Yeah, he certainly does. So really excited about that. And that's I think that's all we got within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So we'll
Yeah.
drop some links in the chat this morning, and just have a great week. Don't overdo yourself, but focus. Just focus. That's
Yeah.
my
And
goal.
I hope that your mornings are every day gets warmer for you as you stay there in Ohio, and
Yeah,
tell
I
your
hope
dad hello. And I can't wait to meet him when he comes to Florida.
so. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody say a prayer to that end. I got to get him down there for a week, enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great week, my friend. I'm sure that we will talk.
Yes, absolutely. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.